kid and even now as an adult, you see like blacksmiths in video games and movies, and they're always really cool characters. Hitting a big red hot piece of metal, seeing a bunch of sparks, it's all just really cool. That kind of drew me in. Until we started on this project, it had been 5 years since I'd made a knife. Just because things like other aspects of life got in the way. I didn't sort of just stumble directly on bladesmithing. I've kind of always been active in the workshop, building, making things. But yeah, and then sort of thought it would be a cool process to try, heating metal up red hot and trying to shape it. Yeah, I found that I really, really liked it, so sort of kept that part as a hobby when I thought it was just going to be another skill in my back pocket to use in the workshop. To be honest, the first knife I didn't forge or anything. I'm fairly sure from memory I made it, I think, out of a circular saw blade and just like ground out the shape of the knife. And yeah, it was really cool. I loved the knife. I ended up giving it to my dad. My processes have come a long way since then. I love it all, but when I'm actually in the process of making a knife, it's kind of more a case of which part of it do I hate the least. I think probably my favorite part is the actual forging itself. Just the actual, I don't know, there's something primitive and cool about just heating up metal till it's glowing red and hitting it with a hammer, seeing sparks, and it's just very cool. Sometimes when stuff goes wrong, it can kind of really grind you down. Like most of my key equipment that I use is all like homemade, which also means that like it breaks kind of regularly sometimes. When you're like right in the flow of things, you've got metal hot and all of that, and the press suddenly decides to just blow the electrics out. Yeah, that part kind of sucks. Can also get pretty rough during summer. It's hot work anyways, but in the workshop it gets real hot. The forge going, grinders going, the machines make a bunch of heat, and there's only one little whirly bird. Yeah, it does feel like quite a small or quite a minimal result for the amount of time and effort that goes into it. Like we've got maybe like 60 hours of time in this knife that hasn't been filmed. It's a huge amount of work that goes into ultimately something that you can say go down to the shops and buy for $9. The quantity argument just doesn't really even enter my brain. It's purely about each single project that I want to make, and every single one of them I want to be the highest quality possible. describe myself as a creative person, or at least not that creative when it comes to the design process of the knives and the final vision of it. I'm much more of a person who's inspired by other people's work. So I usually try to take aspects of pieces that I like from other creators who inspire me. Like, I'm also definitely still in the learning and like skill building phase. I don't know, maybe one day when I'm better, I'll make entirely original pieces. But right now I'm learning and being inspired by others. The thing that I learned that I really want for my kids to learn or like feel is you may not be able to do everything, but you can almost definitely do anything. Like something like knife making, I don't know, when I started it was totally random. It was like something that you'd see on TV, in a movie, in like a video game, something like that. I definitely didn't know any personally, and at that time I learned that there was like hardly any in WA, but like pretty much everything in this world is just done by average people. So yeah, you really can do anything if you want to do it.